Reddit fresh. Am I the idiot to tell my smoking boyfriend he has to quit? So I, female 31, have been dating my boyfriend, male 33, for about 4 months. It's going well. He is very sweet. We're both in for the long term. He is a smoker. Doesn't smoke that much. 5-6 cigarettes a day, but has been smoking since he's a teenager. I don't smoke, ever. Never have. None of my friends, family, exes do. I'm really not a fan of the smell, or even just that he smokes. It's obvious that I don't like it. We talked about it, and I told him that I didn't like him smoking, but that was his choice, so I wouldn't nag him to quit, nor do an ultimatum or stuff like that. Once he was telling me about his parents, how they always are very supportive, and he told me that 3 or 4 times a year, he tells them he's stopping smoking. They are both very happy and congratulate him a lot, and he does stop smoking. But after a few days, he just starts again. I was not laughing, and told him that I would personally not appreciate it, but he laughed it off. A month later, he had a big smile, and told me that he had decided to stop smoking, for me, because he could see I was not happy about it, and he wanted to make me happy. I hesitated, told him that I was not asking him to do so. He didn't have to. It was his choice. But I was not like his parents, so if he told me he was quitting smoking for me, I would expect him to actually do it, not start again after a few days. Was he really sure about it? He told me that he was quitting for real, so I was very happy and thanked him. You guessed it. He started smoking again a few days later. I was really mad. He told me that he tried, but the habit is just really strong, so I shouldn't nag him, and basically I should just be happy that he at least tried. I think his actions make him a liar who would tell me stuff that he doesn't mean to make me happy in the short term, but he won't follow through. So I cannot trust him when he says he is going to do or not do something, and I should reconsider the relationship. He thinks I can't tell him what to do, that it's his choice, and I would be an AH to do an ultimatum. So Reddit, am I the idiot? Not the idiot. I am a smoker. He just wants attention. He doesn't want to stop. I know some ex-smokers, and they would say they will try to quit smoking, and some of them would eventually get back to smoking. Some would really quit. But if someone really wants to quit, then he will never say, it's because of you. Not the idiot. You didn't make an ultimatum or anything. But step back and look at this behavior. He repeatedly tells his parents he's quitting just to start again. He laughed about it. He has zero intention to quit. And now he's pulling the same poop with you. He enjoys it. He enjoys getting your hopes up and letting you down. He is going out of his way to intentionally let you down. He wants to hurt you. Are you sure you want to be with this guy? Imagine what else he'll start doing this with. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my parents I won't be at their wedding because of my weight? Hello. Just for some context, I, female 30, am 412 pounds and I'm 5'2". Yes, this isn't a joke and I wish it was. I've always been big, was tilde 280 lbs at 18, and I've always been an overeater, but when I left for college and I had a lot of money and my parents weren't there to stop me. Yeah, you can guess how I gained a lot of weight. This isn't really relevant, just backstory, I guess. Anyway, my parents, female 55 and male 58, are getting married in July. I was invited to come at the beginning of the year and I accepted, but recently I am having second thoughts. I already spend a lot of time with my parents when I can, so this isn't because I don't love them or anything like that, because they're honestly lovely people and the best parents I could ever ask for. But honestly, I'm not going because of my weight. It's going to be full of family friends who I haven't seen in years, so it will make my weight gain extra embarrassing and noticeable. On top of that, I'm just genuinely really ugly. Really fancy clothes would look terrible on me, and I don't want to be at an event where a lot of people will see me even though the focus isn't on me. I only leave my apartment when I really have to, so going to a huge event seems overwhelming. I really wish I could go, but I've thought about this a lot, and the only thing I would be able to think about is everybody else and not my parents, so I don't want to make a big deal and ruin their day on their wedding. Last night, I went and visited their house, and I told them about it, and I said I'm really sorry. They were shocked, and my dad looked upset and stepped outside because he said he didn't want to be part of this conversation anymore. My mom got angry and told me that I'm betraying them, and that I'm going to look like an embarrassment. She told me that I deserve to look like this and she won't be there to help me when I end up eating myself to death at 40, and that I've ruined our relationship. I know this stuff that she's saying is just out of anger, but I feel so awful about it. I've tried to call her this morning and she won't respond, and neither will my dad. Am I the idiot? You're the idiot. I thought this would be because you couldn't afford travel or something. Your insecurity about your weight is valid. But do you genuinely want to miss out on important life events for the people you care about because of it? You're not being an idiot for letting down your parents. You're being an idiot for letting your weight be in charge of your life. You deserve to go to weddings and have fun, wear a nice dress, feel beautiful in the body you're in. Your issues are valid. Do you really want to let them keep controlling you? No idiots here. I think you're totally missing the forest for the trees here. Your parents' weddings are a day to celebrate them. Not showing up at their wedding because you're self-conscious about how you look is disrespectful to them and doesn't change one damn thing about your weight. I understand why they reacted badly. I also understand why you don't want to go. It will be awkward, but please set yourself aside for a few hours to celebrate with your parents. And yes, they do also owe you an apology. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my sister-in-law that she doesn't know how to live in the moment? Last night, myself, my wife and her sister went out for my wife's birthday. We decided to go wine tasting then to her parents' house for dinner. The thing is, my sister-in-law records fricking everything. I'm talking about everything. It infuriates me. My wife doesn't seem to mind. I've made a few comments to my wife, but she ignores them. During the wine tasting, every drink we had, she was recording. I didn't care until she stopped from drinking the wine for her to record. After that, we went to her parents. She recorded my wife's entrance. They played my wife's favorite song, and my wife told me to dance with her. We were dancing, and I'm guessing my sister-in-law was elsewhere and said, wait, start over, I didn't get it. I got a little annoyed, but my wife and I started the dance over. Afterwards, I went up to my sister-in-law and handed her a beer. We talked for a bit. Then I told her to enjoy herself, that she doesn't have to record every little thing. She says she does, and it's none of my business. I told her she was right, but told her it must suck to think that way, and told her she doesn't know how to live in the moment. Imagine trying to choreograph everything. I also told her if it was up to me, that dance wouldn't have been restarted. She didn't say much but walked away, but must have told my wife because my wife came up to me asking me what I said to her sister. I told her, and my wife told me that I had no right to say that and I should apologize. I told her I wasn't going to apologize. My wife wasn't particularly upset, but she wasn't happy about what I said. My sister-in-law took me off her social media, so I'm guessing she took it to heart. I started to feel bad and maybe I should apologize. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. I hate people that have to look at life through a filtered lens, ad nauseum. You're absolutely correct. She's using this as a way to be disengaged while still being able to maintain a claim of participation. What is she worried is going to happen if she puts the camera down? That she might have to actually interact? She sounds really sad. Everyone sucks here. I don't like being recorded, so this would really bother me. It's okay to tell her that her constant filming is interfering with your enjoyment of the moment, and especially to tell your wife you're not redoing things so Sil can record. But storing up your irritation and then dumping on her by telling her she needs to learn to live in the moment is passing judgment on her feelings and how she enjoys life. So you're not TA for being fed up, but with how you expressed it. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not being honest with my fiancé about how much money I'm making? My boyfriend and I have been living together for 2 years. We recently moved out of our modest apartment and into a male 3-bedroom house. Since the house didn't come with a washer or dryer, we opened a line of credit for a new set. Our monthly expenses increased by about $700. After the move, my boyfriend proposed. It was a total surprise and I'm thrilled. We opened up a joint checking account and have made a new budget to quickly pay off the washer and dryer so we could focus on planning our wedding. On a normal month, I make about $600 less than my fiancé, and that's what the new budget is planned around. However, on my last couple of paychecks, I have been able to put in overtime and have made an extra $900 this month. I have the extra money set up to deposit into a separate account. My fiancé knows about the separate account, but I only told him about my first check of overtime, which was $325. He doesn't know about the other check. I've also donated plasma this month, and that money is on its own account. My fiancé has been worried about money since we're trying to pay off the washer and dryer so quickly. And there's our wedding to plan. There have been things for the house we've needed to buy as well. I purchased a weed eater with some of my overtime check. I was afraid to tell him how much I spent, so I lied and told him it cost about half of what it actually did. I also told him I used the money from my plasma donation, when I actually used the money from my second overtime check. Am I the idiot for keeping the amount of money I'm actually making a secret and not being forthcoming about the price of the appliance? You're the idiot for lying and hiding money. If you're getting married, you need to have open communication about how you manage money and make decisions together. It's fine to have your own money out of the budget, but figure out as a team how to handle bonus funds and extra expenses. As a general rule, you should build up savings to cover 3-6 months of expenses before you start spending every bit of your paycheck. You're the idiot. But I'm wondering why you feel you need to hide this from him and have started a string of lies to hide the overtime income. Does he not know you worked those hours? Are you trying to buy something he doesn't want you to buy? Are you just scared to have all of your money seen by someone? What is keeping you from being honest? Now, for the next story. Would I be the idiot if I refused to let my partner and our daughter go on a week-long vacation without me? Myself, female 29, and my partner, 32M, have been trying to bring our daughter, female 4, for her first trip to Puerto Rico to meet the extended family since she was born. Something always comes up that pushes it off, whether financial, a world pandemic, or scheduling. His mother, 72F, whom we live with, booked a timeshare for this July without consulting us on when a good time of year for all of us would be. She and I have a strenuous relationship at best that often leaves me as the outsider in the home. I have been fully on board with the trip, provided I am able to get work off for it. I am a restaurant manager at a very popular restaurant in my city with a large patio in a high-traffic area, and July is the middle of our busy season. I have let my employer know of the planned trip well in advance to allow for adequate planning. However, I still may not be able to get the time off. This is basically a birthright trip for our daughter and will be my first time to Puerto Rico as well. I have been looking forward to being a part of this special moment and once-in-a-lifetime experience for my daughter. There will never be another first time to Puerto Rico. I am not okay with not being a part of it if I cannot get the time off work. We have not yet bought plane tickets. The timeshare should be able to be rescheduled. Would I be the idiot for insisting that if I can't go, then we push the trip back, or refusing to allow them to take this trip without me? Edits. For clarification, I am the sole breadwinner currently, as my partner is in college to pursue a better career than his restaurant industry experience. I cannot afford to risk this job. There are other times that this trip would be possible, anytime from mid-September to mid-April of next year, with full PTO approval. We have discussed this trip as a possibility for several years, but have mutually agreed as a couple that the timing wasn't right either, due to the pandemic, our daughter's age, or finances. Actual scheduling has never been considered. This is the first time a date has been even remotely discussed, and it was without consulting either of us. Not the idiot. I doubt she didn't book it purposefully to screw you over. It's rude to book anything without consulting all parties, especially the lodging. She is not the mother nor the wife in this situation, and should be respectful enough to not react angrily when you three plan the dates for your own vacation with no consideration for her. It's only fair. I wish you luck. Just reading this is giving me a headache. I feel your pain and hope you get some well-deserved rest and beautiful PR with your fame once you get that break. Not the idiot. Going away for a short weekend trip is so much different than going out of the country. Your mother-in-law is TA for not talking to you guys and putting you in this situation. Your husband can still go without daughter if he likes, and if gets sick or something happens to her. While she's over there, it will take forever to get to her. Kinda sounds like your mother-in-law put you in an impossible situation. You're literally the breadwinner, and if you can't get pot from your job, you can't pay bills. You can't risk losing your job, but you should definitely push for the time off. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for speaking up about my birthday gift? A few days ago was my 26 female birthday. I'm getting married to my fiancé, 26 male, in the fall. Something about me, I really love birthdays. I always have. I love having cake, opening presents, and feeling loved by my people, all of that birthday jazz. I really love celebrating other people's birthdays too. I take a lot of time and energy, not necessarily money, to find great gifts for people. The thing is, we're super broke this year and have been busy. I understand that money is tight and that life happens quickly, but I was disappointed with my birthday gift this year. He got me flowers, which was really sweet. However, that's all I got. When I asked if he had more for me downstairs, he smiled and said no. His reasoning was that he doesn't have as much money this year as he has had before, and that he couldn't figure out what to get me. My response was that if he was at Kroger to buy me flowers, I couldn't believe he didn't see something there that reminded him of me, or he could have bought my favorite candy. Just something. He hasn't been acting the same since and has been kind of ignoring me, so I've been wondering if what I said made me an idiot. Edit. Okay, I get it. A lot of you think I'm a spoiled brat. However, there seems to be several misunderstandings. I should have communicated more in my OP. I did say thank you for the flowers. I thanked him profusely. I like flowers. It was a kind gesture. I'm floored that there are so many people that think that the very bare minimum, i.e. remembering my birthday, is acceptable in an equal partnership. To clarify, I was upset about the lack of effort, not the lack of monetary value. Money is not the world to me. I love him so much, and I try so hard to make him happy. I just want him to show that he cares about me and wants me to be happy by taking a few minutes to consider what might be a good gift for me. The amount of people attacking me based on a few sentences is wild, not the idiot. Because I really think you don't care about the money but the thought. If he had gotten you some candy and drew you a stick figure picture of the story of your relationship or something, I think you would have been happy. I also love birthdays. It's not a present-related thing, but I enjoy feeling loved and cared for on that day. I don't know how your conversation with him went down, but it's a bit rude for him to ignore you. I would try to hash this out and explain what parts mean a lot to you. It's the thoughtfulness, not the money, not the idiot. Flowers are the most thoughtless and generic gift possible. Say the bouquet was $15. He could have spent that same $15 on a pretty notebook and heartfelt card, and you'd have been much happier. People are saying it's the thought that counts. But literally the only thought he had was, it's her B-day, I better get her something. Flowers, I guess? Sure. If all the people saying it would be happy with the same gift he'd get for his mother, sister, and any ex-girlfriends when he was out of ideas, that's on them. You wanted something he put effort into and didn't get it. Of course you're disappointed.